Hey everyone, this is Cheryl Babey with Delaware's Finest Realty, and today I wanted to give you an overview of the entire state of Delaware. So what we're going to do is we are going to go live on Zoom, and I'm going to take you through on Google Maps. This way I can give you detailed information about how the state is as far as where it's located, what the borders are, where are some key spots in the state. And I'm going to be doing some future videos on really concentrating on certain areas so that if you're interested in moving to Delaware, then you'll have a better feel of what it feels like to be in Delaware. So stay tuned. And remember, I need you to like and subscribe. This way, every time I come out with a new video, you'll get told, which is exciting. So let's go. So here we are. I'm just going to play around a little bit, okay? And I'm going to give you a little overview of Delaware, where we are. Where is Delaware? Okay, so if we look, it kind of curves up top here and it goes all the way down to south of Rehoboth Beach. Right below that is Maryland. You'll see Ocean City, Berlin, Salisbury. But really what we're talking about, I wanted to let you guys know where exactly Delaware is and what is the surrounding state. So we have New Jersey over here. So this actually helps us when it comes to storms because they're they protect us basically. Right above us is Pennsylvania, Delaware County over here. The great thing about being in Delaware is you can get to New Jersey, you can get to Pennsylvania, you can get to Baltimore, Washington, a little bit further south, you can go to Virginia. Delaware in general is a very transient state when you're on the two main roads, which is Route 1 and 13. Route 1 is only maybe around 25 years old. Route 13, you're going to go through every single town. You're going to follow that line down from, if you're coming across the Delaware Memorial Bridge here up in Wilmington, you can go on to 95, and then that is going to get you to, if you go a little bit closer, it's going to get you to 13. And as you go down, 13 actually turns into part of one, but it's not. It's a separate highway, and you'll see it all the way down here. Route 1 is a toll road, which, you know, if you want to drive for free, just go on 13. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. There's a lot of lights, but there are fewer exits on Route 1. So if you're not going to major destinations like Middletown, Smyrna, Dover, you know, as you go a little bit further down, you can follow it all the way down to Milford, and then it's going to split off. You'll see Route 1 splits off. It goes to the beach area. You hit Lewis and Rehoboth and Bethany Beach. If you're going a little bit further west, you're going to see Millsboro, you're going to see Seaford, Bridgeville, Harrington. There is actually, we're going to go over this, but up north in Newark, there is, if you're looking for casinos, that is Delaware Park. It also has a horse track. Then you have Dover, which used to be called Dover Downs, and Dover is the capital of Delaware, but it is also where Dover Downs is now called Alley's Dover because they bought the casino. And then you're also going to see the Magnificent Mile that is for NASCAR racing, which is pretty neat. So, and a little bit further south, South Dover, because then right before you hit Camden is the Dover Air Force Base. And what else can I tell you about this? Dover is pretty big because it goes up through Cheswold. And it goes, these are all the farm areas. This is where all the Amish are. I don't know if you guys don't know, but Dover has a lot of Amish farms, a large Amish community. And if you saw one of my other videos, there's an Amish market up in Middletown, but there's also one down in Dover. It's called Spence's Bazaar, and it is a little bizarre. It's kind of interesting. They have a lot of, it's kind of like a swap meet. They have on the weekends and during the week. There is the Amish are there, and they are selling their wares, foods. I mean, their food is really good. But inside the building, there's a lot of different vendors in there selling anything you can imagine. It's kind of like a giant flea market. And now we're going to a little bit more. 95 actually comes along the East Coast, if you look along here, and it actually goes right through Wilmington. Now there is the city of Wilmington, and that is where all our banks are. So if you look at your credit card information, you will see that normally the PO box is going to Wilmington, Delaware. The reason our state taxes, our property taxes are so low is because the bank absorbs a lot of that tax burden, which is helpful. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons why people, I have people calling me from California, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, even Maryland, we're really up north. And what they're doing is they're trying to get out of these states, especially New Jersey, where the tax rate, property taxes are so high. My husband and I came down here, 17 years ago, and we actually moved down to, where were we? I was working in Pennsylvania, right over the border, and he was working in Wilmington. So we decided to live in Dover, and that was maybe a 40-minute drive for me. So if you are worrying about getting out of the state, because I will be perfectly honest, in order for you to make decent money, you need to go to another state. Isn't that awful to say? Unless you have your own business in the state of Delaware, or you're working for the state, you have to be mindful of that. If you have family in New Jersey, it's great because you're close enough. Same thing with Pennsylvania. But we wound up, here is Delaware. I mean, Dover. Okay, so we were in Dover. However, it was very interesting. We were not in the city limits. We were actually out here. So right below Cheswold, you'll see, and Seven Hickories and by Pearson Corner. We were right off of there, and I can actually show you where we were living. And it was actually pretty amazing, because right off of 15 and right here, we were actually in Beecher's Brook. And the really neat thing about this division, right, this community, is you'll see Ringside Drive over here. There's actually a horse farm right here, it is so neat, because we lived right on Gray Fox Lane. You come in off of Mount Friendship. So it's northern Dover, southern Smyrna, but our address was Dover. So this used to be farmland, and this is our property right here. Let me see if I can play with the layers a little. Yes, here we are. So close that out. So our house was right here, which is pretty neat. You will also notice in this development here that these are acre properties. And when we moved down here in 2004, we had an acre because my hubby wanted an acre. 6 months in, he was unhappy with the acre because he had to mow it. Took him over an hour to do that. But it was nice because this was actually the home that was the original home put there when the development opened. So people would tour that home. And it is an acre, obviously a corner lot. And the house was 2,800 square feet, and we paid $1,200 a year in taxes. We had left New Jersey and we were paying around $3,500 a year, and that was for, my goodness, like everybody's on top of one another in New Jersey. We were coming out of Raritan, New Jersey, so it totally made sense. But this is a really, you'll notice here's the horse farm. This is where they keep all the horses, and it's really great around Halloween. They would take one of their trucks out, and they would wind up going up and down the streets with the horses, and just, it was the neatest. It really was neat there. It was. So it's not all that big, this development. There's less than 50 houses. And if you want room to breathe and quietness, Beecher's Brook is really, really a great community. And I can pan out and I'm going to show you, so we're right here in the center here. 13 Route 1 is right there. If you're interested in going to Dover, I'm going to bring you back again. If you want to go to the mall, there is a mall right near Dover Speedway, which is nice. I mean, there's so much shopping down here, and there's food stores. There are food stores everywhere. But the reason I'm doing this video is I'm going to be breaking the state down so that you really get an idea of where. I have people calling me from other states that have never been on the East Coast, and they hear about Delaware. A lot of people are coming in. They're deciding to retire here because a lot of people can't retire in their own state. In the state of Delaware, you don't get your pension taxed, you don't get your Social Security tax. So there's a real cost savings. Homes are normally cheaper. Like I said, the property taxes are lower. However, I will tell you, they are doing a full assessment of the entire state. We're not happy about that because we were really always the lowest, which, but tax rates, Newcastle County. Now this is Newcastle, the city, old Newcastle. That is really neat. A lot of history there. But Newcastle County, which will come down to, let's open it. Yeah, probably right above Smyrna on Route 1, Route 13. That is Newcastle County up top. That is a higher cost for property taxes. It's just how it is. Now, if you're in Kent County, it starts at Smyrna and it will go down right above, right across from Harrington and Milford. This is going to be your lowest tax base for property in the state of Delaware. Because what's going to happen is, as I pull this out, you'll see that from south of Milford, which they just put on Route 1, they put another huge hospital there, which is nice. I mean, there's hospitals all over the state, and I'm going to be doing a video about that, where they're located as well. So no matter where you live in the state, you're roughly a half hour or less away from a major hospital, but there are emergency centers where you can go in, and I would suggest that because I went to a hospital when my husband hurt his finger. He needed stitches, and it cost a lot of money. We should have just went to one of the medical establishments, a lot cheaper. But I digress. Right? So right here, all down here to the southern tip, that's where your taxes are going to go higher. It's very interesting when you go to Dewey Beach. Dewey Beach, you do not own the land. It's almost as though you have bought land and put a house on it. If you did that in certain areas of the state, you in communities that have single wides and double wides, much cheaper way of living. You, in those communities, you pay for your home, but you never own the land. So that is true in Dewey Beach. That is true if you live in a manufactured home. And also another interesting area, which is we go back up to Wilmington. And within Wilmington, there is, hopefully I can find it, is Arden. And that is right off of Route 1. It's right in this area. I'm sure you guys probably find it before I would. In this area, Arden is a very artsy, well-established, it's just beautiful. If you want mountains or any kind of elevation in the state of Delaware, this is, obviously you have to go north. Everywhere else in the entire state is flat as a pancake. So if you're looking for mountains, Delaware is really not your place. You want to go to Colorado. So Arden, again, I digress. Arden is another place where the homes are beautiful. They're a little bit more, they're more expensive, but you don't own the land. So it's like a permanent land lease. So that again is interesting. But like I said, with this video, this is the first video of my map videos, because I think a lot of people, like I said, reaching out, they're looking to move to the state of Delaware, but they really don't know where they want to be. Really, if you want more people, you want to be up north. That's how I see it. We noticed that when we moved from Dover, even up to Bear, Newark, we don't call it Newark here, like in New Jersey, we call it Newark. It used to be two separate words. That's why they pronounce it that way. Glasgow, there's more people. The population is much higher. Now the state is still under 1 million people, which I think is adorable. We still have one area code, which is 302. But once you start going down a little bit further, and there is a bridge that it's called the C&D Canal. So it's the Chesapeake and Delaware Bridge. Where is it? St. George's. So it's right in this area. And no, I'm wrong. It's up further north. It's in this area. No, it's below that. I was right. St. George's. So right here. I don't even know if I can get close enough, if you can actually see. It's a bridge. Here it is. St. George's Bridge. So there's two bridges. So this is the Roth Bridge, and we call it, see, it says bridge. See, there it is. It looks like a sailboat, which is actually pretty neat. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. We always call it I call it the sailboat bridge. Yeah, that's not happening. No great pictures. And then that's where you're going to pay your toll, because you're on Route 1. If you stay on 13 to continue to going north, it's a free bridge. It's a little rickety, single lane, both ways, obviously. But that is where things change. We call that lower, slower down Delaware, LSD, the new drug. Things slow down. So if you're from up north and you're used to things really moving and shaking, you want to stay above the canal, because there's more people, more hustle bustle. If you want to relax, if you're looking to retire, of which I'd stay tuned to more of my videos, because I'm going to start specializing on retirement areas and what that looks like. The communities, there's a lot of communities here in Delaware for retirees, which is, I think, one of the really great things about Delaware. They really take care of the elder population, especially with housing, with programs, medical care. I mean, it's really nice. But like I said, I just wanted to give you a quick overview. Now, if you want to comment on my video, remember to subscribe, because when my new videos come out, you'll get alerted. And also, if you are interested, if you're thinking about moving to Delaware, do me a favor, reach out to me. Phone number is 732-266-2669. I know it's a New Jersey number. I liked it. I kept it from when I left New Jersey and moved to Delaware. But call me, text me. Clients are calling me. They want to come down. They want to start seeing things. So it's kind of we're going into that season. So definitely reach out. But I hope this was helpful, and stay tuned, and you're going to start seeing more videos in the future. Thanks.